Everybody's free space on their bingo card this year is Tim Kennedy line. Just it's an automatic. Everybody's already got their stamp on that. Did you know that dolphins cut off eels' heads and also fish heads to use them as a pocket biscuit?
Me, blah, blah, blah. What's there better to do in January other than listen to podcasts? I mean, you're going to be cold, hiding under a blanket, or attempting to go back to the gym.
The number one term that people searched for on YouTube search terms, butt chug. Number one search term for our podcast. Girl proposing to boy and high school fight.
We're not grifters.
If you really want to see something authentic, organic, and original, watch through or listen through to random episodes on our channel.
I promise my head doesn't spin around.
We have slang terms from Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa.
Whoop, whoop.
Welcome back to the He's Wrong, She's Right podcast. I'm Andrew. This is my beautiful wife, Nona. And we are so back.
We are so back.
Third episode of season 2 already being recorded
Whoop, whoop.
on January 6th. This will come out on Thursday, potentially, depending on how the other episode that we're recording later, which you guys should get subscribed, depending on when this comes out, and go check out. Turn on your notifications as well. Hit that subscribe button, little click. So there's a animation that comes up on your phone and TV and computer when you say that. So like it makes like a ring of light.
Get subscribed.
Yeah.
Get subscribed.
It only does it the first time.
Oh. Lame.
Turn on your notifications. So we have some friends in other English-speaking countries, and we had a lot of success. This episode is going to be kind of a 2024 recap. I know we're late. Everybody else does it in December. We're doing it in January.
Yeah, we had to go MIA because we had to take care of Whisper.
Yep. We have slang terms that we're going to have the kids off camera work with us to try and figure out what they mean. We have slang terms from Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa.
Whoop, whoop.
And I've read over some of them, just like skimmed them real quick. I don't know what any of these things mean. I mean, like I do, because some of them they give the definitions for. Because there's like, you know how words and terms can have multiple meanings? Like we would know.
And these are kid friendly.
Yeah. We would
Just
know,
to be clear.
We would know what the dictionary definition is, but there's not necessarily an Urban Dictionary version.
Okay.
And like that's more the way that they use some of these things.
Okay.
So.
I'm excited to hear them.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. So, Nona.
Yes.
Damn, I forgot. I wanted to. I had a funny joke to open with, but I'm just gonna do it now. I'm just gonna do it right now.
Okay,
I feel
go
like
for
it's
it.
appropriate, right?
Okay.
Better now than never. Better late than never. Something like that.
I think your brain is really foggy.
Maybe. Did you know that dolphins cut off eels' heads and also fish heads to use them as a pocket pussy? That's how sadistic they are. They're crazy.
I am very disturbed right now. It's not where I thought it was going to go at all.
Now you know.
I thought it was going to be something lighthearted and cute.
All of the world has been enriched by my knowledge. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. So, 2024, we started the podcast.
Are you going to use a fish head?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'll tell you this story off camera because it's not appropriate for this. Just remind me to tell you about Caleb Francis.
Which, by the way, you didn't bleep out what you were going to bleep out for.
It's fine. I did the other thing for it. I'll tell you that off camera too.
Okay.
So 2024, we started the podcast. I think March 18th was our first episode. So we're coming up on our 1 year anniversary in two months.
What are we doing for our 1 year anniversary, Andrew?
That's a good question. We are far enough out that we can
plan something very exciting.
I'll have to look at the actual production schedule because since the last 3 weeks of December, we didn't do anything. That pushed all of my projected episode numbers and release dates and everything back, and I haven't updated it yet. It should be a copy and paste job, hopefully hopefully, because it took me a long time to put that together.
Okay.
But anyways, because I knew like what episode number was going to be the 1 year anniversary. I knew like what was going to be 100, which was a couple months ago. I know what's going to be 200, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. All the significant holidays when they fall on. So we can see.
We don't have like another holiday until
literally like 30 days away. Valentine's Day, 45 days away. It's like 35 days
When
away.
have you done anything for Valentine's Day?
You said a holiday.
I said a real holiday.
Then St. Patrick's Day is right after that. There's like a holiday in every month at this point. You have Valentine's Day.
I don't get days off for any of that.
Because they're not federal holidays.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. I want another day off. I'm not ready to go back to work.
You got in January, you actually have multiple in January, but only one that's really celebrated, which New Year's Day. Mm-hmm. In February, you have Valentine's Day. Then March, you have St. Patrick's Day. Then April, you have Easter, assuming it falls on the correct day. So it's actually in April. Because wasn't last year, it was in the end of March, right? Or the year before? It was like the last day or the last week of March. It was like one of those weird years where
I think it's in April this year.
And then May, you have Cinco de Mayo and Mother's Day. And then June, you have Father's Day. July, you have 4th of July. So
you
really
skipped Memorial Day.
Oh, and Memorial Day, yeah, too. Sorry.
And then 4th of July and then my birthday.
Yeah. So you actually luck out because there's no actual holiday in your birth month.
Correct. But I always share it with back to school.
Sure. So, recapping.
Yes.
2024.
Recapping 2024. I'm so not in the 2025 mindset at all.
I haven't had to write it yet. I'm waiting for that first slip up.
New year, new me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I haven't had to write it yet. So I haven't had my first slip up yet.
Okay.
We're a week in and I haven't had to actually hand write it yet.
So did you give yourself a New Year or make a New Year's resolution this year, Andrew? Have you ever done a New Year's resolution? You don't seem like a resolution type person.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like your thing.
Oh,
so I'm not hugely a resolution person other than kind of like making promises to myself, I guess is like, I guess that's a resolution.
Sure.
So
YouTube Studio typically gives us.
I was in the middle of talking, but cool. Just cut me off.
I thought you were shifting back to me. You looked at me. Okay, continue.
No, I was getting ready to tell my New Year's resolution, but okay.
I know what it is because you told me.
It doesn't matter now. You cut me off, so it's okay. Go back. Go to YouTube Studio.
No, they want to know. Tell them. My resolution that I'm making up right now
is not to cut me off. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so 2 years ago, my resolution was that I was going to stop reaching out to my ex-husband and asking if he wanted to see his children. Last year's resolution was to stop reaching out to people who I considered to be friends and stop initiating first. Therefore, I have no friends now because I didn't initiate first anymore. And then this year's resolution is to put more effort into my marriage. I'm doing a great job. It's 6 days in and I'm gritting my teeth, guys.
No, we're doing good. We had a good vacation. We're back.
You're just very exhausting.
I'm perfect. So YouTube Studio, and maybe I missed it somewhere, but typically, so right now it shows we have our weekly recap from last week, or I guess it would be the week prior because I think it comes out on Tuesday. So it'd be 2 weeks ago's recap, which there's nothing but just organic activity from people subscribing and watching old content. And then we have our December recap, which doesn't really have much because we only released, I think, 4 episodes in December. But it normally gives you an annual. I thought we had an annual recap. Maybe I got an email for it. I was hoping to just use that as the highlight, but since I don't have that right off the hip, we can go into the content tab here.
I can guess what our
Best episodes were?
Top episodes were.
I'm sure you can. All right, let's go. Top videos, 365 days. Okay. Go for it. I'll tell you if you're right. Try and get, there's 10 on this list.
There's 10?
Yeah.
I'm guessing 3 of those 10 are Mike Glover episodes.
The first one and the last 2.
So I just said 3 of the 10.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they're not 1, 2, 3.
I didn't think it was.
Okay.
I said 3 of the 10.
So when we broke the news on the Mike Glover
we
case,
just happened to be the first people to talk about it. It was completely coincidental.
Yep.
It was all because he is literally glued to X 24/7. So he saw that it was breaking news.
Yep.
And we had to record an episode for the very next day anyways.
Yep.
So I was like, screw it. We're going to talk about this.
So, that was when everybody last year was talking about the man versus bear.
Yeah, it happened to be right at the same time.
Yep. And Mike was supposed to be recorded episodes for a show called Surviving Man with 2 N's. So I came up with the perfectly creative title of Surviving Man versus Bear.
Very, very
good.
Perfection.
Yep.
Yes, all the good things.
And that episode came out when we were going to the zoo with the kids. And it was our first viral episode where not only did it blow up organically on its own, I had friends from Black Rifle who I hadn't shared it with.
Right. Who were reaching out to him like, is this you?
Their employees and coworkers were like, hey,
have you seen this?
yeah, other people in the company that don't know who I am were saying, hey, have you heard about this story? And they're like, well, I'm friends with him. But no, I didn't know that was going on. I'm going to reach out to him, text him. So that was pretty funny. What else do you think is on there? Give me something.
Probably, let's see, we've done 3 of the 10. So Emery King, is he on there?
No.
Interesting.
No.
Was the lectern guy on there?
Nope.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Of the 10, how many guest episodes are our top?
If you include the kids, 2. If you don't,
I was not including the kids.
I guess technically 3 because I think Kay was on one of the Mike Glover episodes. So technically 3, I think. I don't know which one because there's, like I said.
Okay. Not the meme episode, but the like yacht, whatever.
Yeah, regional terminology and slang wars. Old school versus new school is number 2.
Oh, that was the one with Cooper and Chloe, not Chloe and Olivia. The one with Chloe and Olivia, this was before we got good microphones, and it was hilarious, and it would have been so much better, but like half the stuff that we were saying got blown out, and I really want to redo that episode so bad. And I've asked him if we could have re-aired it, if he could like run it through some better.
Well, we still use all the same software. Nothing would change.
I know. It's such a good episode. It's hilarious. I was dying laughing the whole time. They were so good together, but we could hardly hear half the things because every time I would laugh, it would just completely get blown out. Yep. It was so sad.
No, we fixed that like that. Go ahead and say something. Is it muted your microphone?
Rude.
I was actually telling.
Did you make sure to unmute me again?
Yeah. See,
sure. I'm probably sitting here like.
When these are red, that means you're muted. These ones, the green ones, control your headphones and like the channel if you're listening to yourself versus all of it, whatever.
Anyways, whatever. Okay, so Slang. I don't think the meme episode did very good. I don't know.
Number 3, Michigan Football Madness, Failures of Shawn Moore.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember that one did pretty well.
Number 4, Buckeye Heartbreak and Ohio Struggles. Something. Number 5 was the episode with John and Lindsay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which hopefully we'll do more with them in the future as well. Because I think there was a lot more left on the table.
What about the Veterans Day episode?
The Veterans Day episode is on there.
Okay.
And in between the Veterans Day episode and the John and Lindsay episode is the Tequila Talk, Butt Chugging, and Paul versus Tyson. And then the other one is Connor Stallion's Untold Michigan Mania from when we were talking about that right before, right after.
So basically,
Michigan, Mike Glover,
Yeah.
veterans.
All things that I know nothing about.
Hey, but you're learning. So this is an educational
I'm not
show.
learning anything. I'm just tolerating your existence and along for the ride, nodding and bobbing my head.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah. But man, we had, and thank you everybody again for that subscribed and everything like that. We've had a lot of growth as far as subscribers, which has been great. Like, we're being recommended, which is good. It means we're on the right path. We're set for another big breakout episode, I hope. We'll see. Right?
Yeah, I hope so. That would be amazing. What's there better to do in January other than listen to podcasts? I mean, you're going to be cold, hiding under a blanket, or attempting to go back to the gym. Put it on your earbuds, work out.
Yep. You don't have to
or
look
snuggle
at us.
under the blanket, whichever you choose. It's okay.
You don't have to look at us on camera.
Yeah, exactly. You don't look at us on camera. There's nothing to see.
Wow. Oh, never mind. It's excluding YouTube. So we're
Which
finally,
actually, by the way, I think your voice right now sounds really sexy.
because I'm raspy.
Just currently right now. How it was for the previous episode was a little janky, but right now it sounds pretty good.
This is actually going to be better than what I thought it was going to be by some of the stats that I'm able to just skim through. So, how viewers found us, the majority of people found us externally, meaning they clicked on a link from social media, or we texted to them, or the website, whatever. Second was YouTube search. But externally, people were finding us primarily from Facebook, then Google search and Google. I don't know what the difference between Google search and Google is. They're two separate items.
No idea. That's not my area of expertise.
And then
What?
YouTube search terms. Oh, this is last. So let's do the last 28 days, and I'll click through and see how people are finding us.
How are people searching and magically finding us?
The number one term that people searched for on YouTube search terms, butt chug. Number one search term for our podcast. Girl proposing to boy and high school fights.
What?
That's the last 28 days. So that's how
First of all, I did not propose to him. We didn't meet in high school. There were no fighting, and we have never actually butt chugged.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
How did that? We were talking about something in that episode, and that's how it got put in the title. So going into the list, so I just want to go to 20 days still. The next thing is horse giving birth.
Ranger IV is how it happened.
Oh, yeah.
I asked you if you knew what a Ranger IV was.
Horse giving birth, horse kicks dog, John Callis.
Horse giving birth?
Yeah. John Callis, which was the guy that beat up the Ravens fan in Baltimore.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Middle school fights.
Because he's a forgettable human being.
Middle school fights. Then Mike Glover, The Proposal. Tim Kennedy, Liar, which is true. So I posted on X and Facebook. I said,
You have a little bit of an update about that, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I posted on Facebook that everybody's free space on their bingo card this year is Tim Kennedy lying. Just, it's an automatic. Everybody's already got their stamp on that.
Okay.
A good day to be a dog. Alabama feels so right. Animal app. Anti-hero podcast, Tim Kennedy. So we came up for those guys.
Okay.
Barbie first night. Breastfeeding husband. We did have a story about that.
Yes, in our very early episodes when I was compiling topics to talk about, and I shared that with you. I said, did you hear about this guy?
Yeah, a lot of these.
But now I'm concerned that people think that about us.
Somebody found us from Canine Reaper, South Africa.
Oh,
we
cool.
popped up for that just in the last 28 days. So shout out to you, buddy. He's actually providing the slang for the South Africa portion.
Yes, thank you.
And their English is so dramatically different than ours. It's wild. It kind of, I don't know if everybody speculates that once like the moon colony or Mars colony or whatever end up taking off, everybody speculates that they're going to become like the fastest like separatists, is in like the change is going to be so much different because they're going to have things that they do and experience that we never have here, that they're going to develop they're going to be like a Creole, like Haitian Creole kind of English.
And this is in 100 years from now?
I don't remember the timeline of what they said, but yeah.
Okay.
So going to a year out, Mike Glover domestic violence, Mike Glover arrests, Mike Glover arrested, Mike Glover arrest, Mike Glover update, then John Callis, he's wrong, she's right, all squished together, but they use the apostrophes.
Okay. Somebody doesn't know where a space bar is. Okay.
Mike Glover arrest update, Mike Glover jail, Tim Kennedy, stolen valor. Shout out to Anthony. He's back on X full time as well, and he's slammed. There's so many cases and so many things going on, especially the Tim Kennedy stuff right now.
Is he working on that? Sort of.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. He doesn't. So Tim Kennedy is a known quantity. He's semi-famous, what depending on what space you're talking about. He's well known, and information on him is actually easy to find and corroborate. The people want it to go through him because then that gives it authority. It gives it a centralized place where people can say, go look at this. This guy, Anthony and Stolen Valor or Guardian of Valor, is the sole place that people should be, getting their information from. And it's all been vetted, blah, 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 whatever. So I don't know necessarily that it's truly a priority for him because the information is already available.
Gotcha.
It would be just him compiling his thoughts, basically. Stomach growling is next after Stolen Valor. Yeah. Mike Glover arrested for domestic violence. Mike Glover charges dropped. Paul Harrell, the YouTuber that passed away. Michigan football. What happened to Mike Glover? Mike Glover's domestic violence arrest. Larry June type beat.
Who's that?
I don't know. I want to see. Oh, it doesn't take me. I was hoping it would show. So in Google Analytics, you can see both what people are searching for, and then until they leave your site or your applications, you could see like the paths that they took. Like if they clicked on this and search and they went to this page, maybe they went to your homepage and then went to your store, and you can kind of follow that path.
Okay.
So I was hoping that it was going to tell me. Michael Orr. We talked about the blindside stuff. Mike Glover arrested. Mike Glover in jail. Tim Kennedy lies. Mike Glover's domestic violence. Mike Glover wife. Brandon Herrera reaction. That could be so many things. That's cool that we showed up for Brandon Herrera too, though. Larry Ellison, the Oracle CEO, and guy that donated all the money. Podcast. Just the word podcast.
Cool.
Yeah. Find us
Very
on the word
specific.
podcast.
Cool.
Veteran AI.
Okay.
So maybe Luke. Belly button, which that one had been for a while from that one episode. That I think that was like our number one search term for an entire month back in like the summer.
You guys are freaking weird.
And even our website.
Belly button play. That's what it was specifically.
I'm gonna pull up,
you said that people were searching for belly button play and we're fine.
I'm gonna pull up Google Analytics in a minute so I can see how this differs from specifically from stuff from the website. So Google Analytics also combines traffic from like search traffic for our site.
We also said that they were searching in like big boobs.
So, but Google Analytics also covers traffic that goes to our Patreon. Check that out as well. By the way, you can become a member and you can see our episodes early here. Patreon, Shopify. So the Shopify shop and our website like kind of blend together. So the website you can do basically a subscription as well. So if you wanted to kick in a couple dollars for the show, you can do that on the website.
Yeah, $300 a person so we can buy a house. No big deal.
Buy a new house. Not just any house, a brand new house in a specific area that costs.
It's a very specific house.
Yeah. So I'll bring
$300 a person. Cool.
Bring that up in a minute. John Callis, Ravens Fight, Larry Ellison, Wife, Podcasts, Tim Kennedy, Book of Lies.
Book of Lies.
That's the name of the Anti-Hero Podcast episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tim Kennedy Exposed, Tim Kennedy Liar, Tim Kennedy Podcast, Burping. I'm reading these in order as they come up. Castration.
Because I said that if you cheated on me, I would cut it off.
Yeah.
I don't think we used the term castration ever. This is my first. This is my first time saying it.
I've used it.
Don't think I've ever said that.
I've used it. Michael Glover arrest. Mike Glover arrest video. Mike Glover news. Sneeze. Technology. Armpit sniff.
That's never going to happen. Ever. Never happening here. There's no armpit sniffing here.
I bet on desktop I can pull up like what these led to if people that clicked through and what they click through to or what. So in Search Console, Google Search Console and Google Analytics, you can see what content of yours surfaced for a search term.
Okay.
So even if it wasn't directly related, if there was some reason that Google thought it was relevant, it would show you like what they saw and where.
Yeah,
where
I want to know what popped up for armpit sniffing and burping.
Ashley Biden diary. We talked about that briefly.
Yep.
Belly button podcast. Brandon Herrera. Butt. Caleb Giddings, Paul Harrell. So it's their beef. How do I say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Yeah. Maybe I bet it's because we say it at the end of every episode. Mike Glover, Tim Kennedy. Mike Glover. My tits. I'm dead serious. Welcome to fucking. Yep. Amazon gift card giveaway. So people are literally looking for the kind of giveaways that we've done. Congratulations.
Rude.
Congratulations. You found us. Maybe we'll do another one. We blew through 2,500. I mean, we went right from 2,000 the beginning of like 2 weeks, almost a week and a half in the last month. And we're nearing 3,000 right now. So on Google or YouTube specifically. So that's where we do our giveaways. We do our giveaways based on the channel size of YouTube, both because that's our focus for growth, but also because it's also publicly, like people can see how many followers, subscribers we have. Whereas the other platforms, some of them you can. I think Substack you can. Spotify, I don't think so, but I don't use Spotify. I don't believe that.
Neither do I.
I don't think you can actually see how many. Spotify doesn't make a lot of information public, which good or bad, I guess. If you're like scummy kind of person, you're like, oh yeah, I don't know. Amputee, boner, Caleb Giddings, everything.
Just everything, period.
Everything.
Okay.
Fembots, Austin Powers. Which.
Pew, 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 pew,
Yep,
pew,
yep,
pew.
yep.
We did talk about that once.
And I just saw, I completely forgot that we even did this. There might be another Austin Powers movie coming out. And the reason I think that is because the YouTube channel CinemaSins just did Austin Powers. Oh. And he typically
only does it if there's.
Yep. A new movie just came out, or they're rebooting a franchise or something. You know, something's in the news. Like he doesn't just do episodes willy-nilly. He pretty much sticks to like, oh, a fourth movie is coming out in a franchise. Let me do 1, 2, and 3. Unless he's already done it. Or the other way that he goes about it is he'll do video or movies with the same main actor. So if Mike Myers is doing something else, he might be doing a bunch of.
I don't even remember the last time he did anything.
I don't either, honestly. I have no idea. I think he did some animated voiceover stuff. I'll have to look that up.
Besides Shrek, because that was several years ago also.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he did, but maybe not. So after Fembots, Austin Powers, how to make your butt bigger. And Hugh Jackman.
I would love to know as well, how do you make your butt bigger?
Squats. We've talked about that on the podcast too. That's probably why. Hugh Jackman. Kelly Stafford dating backup. Dating the backup, maybe? Is that what they meant? Like backup player? Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah. I vaguely remember this. It was just a very toxic relationship.
Michigan football recruiting, Mike Glover charges, Mike Glover domestic violence arrest, Mike Glover felony. So
y'all are nosy.
Clearly us doing those Mike Glover episodes had a huge impact on our channel last year.
Huge.
Which let me be clear, okay? We have no intention.
Much bigger than my butt.
What?
I said huge, much bigger than my butt.
Oh, whatever. We have no intention of trying to ride like specific waves. Like we don't want to become.
We're not grifters.
Right. But I mean, so grifting also involves lying for monetary gain, blah, blah, whatever.
Oh.
Like we weren't lying about anything. We don't want to turn our channel into something where it's always like, oh, this trend is just blowing up. So we just have to keep hammering the nail and hammering the nail and hammering the nail. Like we hope that you guys get it from like one episode, maybe a follow-up. Like there are things that people do want updates about, and we'll do some of those, but we could have, I mean, and this isn't a slide against the guys from Anti-Hero at all. So please don't take it that way, but they are riding the Tim Kennedy thing and rightfully so. I mean, they have they're bringing in guests about it. Like it's not just.
So they're still doing episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're bringing in people that served with Tim, everything like that. So we don't have that. I mean, I could probably get in contact with a lot of the same people.
Nor do we want to, though,
right.
is the point.
Yeah. So we want to bring you guys something new and original, give you our take one time, maybe a couple.
And also be lighthearted about it, not breaking sad news.
Right. So yeah, if you guys, here's the problem, okay, with what I just said and what we want to do. If we don't write a trend, we just don't surface. You guys don't find our episodes until after they've been up for a while. People generally don't, when you see on your TV or on your device that something was published 2, 3, 6 months ago, unless you're researching something and you want to go back to the origin, you're not going back to watch that stuff. You're watching the new content as it comes out. If it's been out for, I think they said like 3 days, people typically don't. And
it's old news at that point.
And YouTube, so YouTube subscription feed is where like I live. I don't do the For You thing.
It is where you live.
No. I don't. So I like the YouTube subscription feed because it's chronological order.
Okay.
I go back to the home For You, whatever, when I'm trying to refresh the feed because there's no like button to do it. I just go back to one and go back to the other. Same thing on my phone. Like I refresh. I will save a video for watch later if it's something that's really long and I don't have the time to watch it, or it's something interesting, but there's something else I don't want to watch, whatever, vice versa. But most people don't treat it the way that I do. Most people live in the For You. They live in the recommendations. So in order for the show to grow, you guys, we need people to watch the content that we want to make. If you don't watch the content that we want to make, then we have to make the content that the platform wants us to make.
Which I don't want to do.
So please, get subscribed, share the content, invite your friends, things like that. If you really want to see something authentic, organic, and original, watch through or listen through to random episodes on our channel. That's the best way to support us right now. Between becoming a channel member, making a donation, purchasing something from the shop. Which, by the way, you haven't worn your He Is Wrong, She's Right shirt in like 3 months. I'll find it. I'll wear it again. I do have designs from, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I do have designs for us to review. No, not Jake.
Oh, then I don't know who you're talking about.
Our graphic designer. I have designs for us to look at, and we'll get some more stuff put up. Coastal Carolina is going to do like fulfillment and stuff, but they're a client of mine for my business, and we're transitioning them to a new platform. So right now, if you place an order, it's going to be manual for me to like put the order through to them. But eventually, if you place an order on our site or through YouTube shopping, down below if you're on YouTube, if you place an order on anything that's in there, it'll go through our Shopify store, and then I'll handle fulfillment. In the future, when you do that, if it's for a tangible product, they'll do fulfillment, and it'll come straight to you from most of it's going to be print on demand. So it should be pretty quick unless they have a big backlog. If Coastal has like some major event coming up and they're trying to crank out some apparel for that. But yeah, let's see here. I did say Nelly, right?
No, you didn't.
So Nelly was next. Never break this dirt bike rule.
That was probably when you were telling us the story about how you got broken on your dirt bike. So
well, I was on a four-wheeler. My brother was on a dirt bike.
Either way, it was part of the story.
Taylor as like hem
instead of Taylor Swift. Yeah. Taylor.
Testicles.
Testicle torsion.
Waxing girl.
Oh, probably from you're getting your nose hairs.
Yeah, something in Japanese. It's something versus something. I don't know.
Okay.
I know it's Japanese, and that's all I know. It's not.
Was it when we were talking about hentai?
I don't know. It just says here. Hold on.
And you had to tell me what hentai was.
I'm gonna do translate
because I didn't know what hentai was.
It's Tyson versus Paul.
Oh,
it translates to Tyson versus Paul.
Never mind.
Weird. Andy Griffith show full episodes.
Okay, we definitely never talked about Andy Griffith. And I've never seen.
Isn't that right?
I don't know. I've never seen this, so I don't know. He whistles weird, doesn't he?
I'm pretty sure I know that whole tune.
Okay.
My
good for
great grandma would always have it on when I was a kid. Anti-hero podcast. Mm-hmm. Area 51 Inside. Austin Powers Fembots again. Bayesian Yacht. Brandon Herrera Congress. Breast Milk. Breastfeeding Husband. Bunker Branding. Candid Souls.
What?
I think so. Candid, the company Candid, is the parent organization or whatever for GuideStar. Okay. So we've talked about nonprofit stuff. So potentially,
but Candid Souls, as in like
SOLES. Souls.
I was definitely thinking SOUL.
No,
sucking their soul.
Conor McGregor, Daniel Green, diaper change 11-year-old.
Please no.
Yeah,
somebody wanted to watch a video of that. No,
I don't know. Don Shipley, Stolen Valor. Don Shipley is a Navy SEAL. He does a lot of the same work Anthony does.
Okay.
So they share cases back and forth. Elon Musk's son transformation girl.
We actually have not talked about that.
No. Fieldcraft survival. FAFO. Fuck around and find out. Full body tattoo. Funny memes. Jack Callis. Jocko Willink. Tim Kennedy. Kanye West. Cat Williams. Shannon Sharp. Love. And then it's all
because you love me so much.
Oh, so it goes. There's a bunch more. Mike Glover. Mike Tyson Diddy interview. Miss Alabama, which we did talk about. Mm-hmm. Navy SEAL movies. I don't think we've talked about any Navy SEAL. We've talked about Navy SEALs, but we haven't talked about any movies.
Unless you talked about it when you were talking with War Crash.
Maybe. No more fucks to give. Nose hair. Nose massage.
What is a nose massage?
No.
Where you stick your finger up your nose and you're trying to get to your brain?
That's the politically correct way of saying picking your nose.
Right. A nose massage.
Yeah. All right.
Y'all are weird.
Oh, Rooftop Ninja Family Fair is on there.
Okay.
That's literally like the name of our episode. Waxing, Act of Valor, just somebody named Adam, just as Adam.
Okay.
Emery King. Bayesian Untergang. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's another word. I don't know. Okay. So anyways, that's our YouTube search terms for the last 365 days.
Whoop, whoop.
Content suggesting you.
Okay.
This will be good.
I'm excited.
Well, most of this is our own content.
Okay.
which it's supposed to do. Our content's supposed to promote ourselves. All right, I just went to 365. I don't know why I have to scroll all the way up each time. Mike Glover arrested for domestic violence. So that was our short. Surviving Man, that was us. Grifters here, that's us. Mike Glover arrested. That is somebody else's video. Freedom Fighter. Thank you, Freedom Fighter. And he didn't like director. It's the end screen we popped up.
Okay.
So, Freedom Fighter YouTube channel. He's got 875 subscribers.
Do you need a tissue?
I kind of do, but
Do you want me to go get you a tissue?
sure.
Okay. You keep looking. Oh, sorry.
What are you doing? Trying to break our set over here.
Well, the things need to get replaced.
All right. Mike Glover, infidelity, internet scandals, and celebrity rumors. Mike Glover update, Mike Glover felony not dropped, which, okay, for those that are still wondering what's going on with that, the charges were from two of the three courts. He was involved in three different courts. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Two of the courts, or one of the courts initially dismissed or initially lowered and then dismissed the charges on the premise that one of the other courts was handling other stuff. Then he had charges in a separate court for essentially witness tampering. I don't know that was the exact charge name. Kay might jump in here and post something in the comments.
He's the expert.
But essentially, he called her, and there was the ex parte order against him, so he wasn't supposed to do that. And I believe that was dismissed as well. It wasn't dropped; it was dismissed. It does, the terminology for courts does matter. And then the third one, there's family court,
which is sealed and closed.
It's sealed
Nobody
court.
can see that.
Yeah. There will never be an update on anywhere for any of us to see. Mm-hmm. I don't even think you can FOIA that information. You might be able to. Maybe it's state by state. I don't know. Kay would probably look into that if anybody was interested in it. If you are, put it in the comments and we'll ask him. Otherwise,
but it's obviously to protect the children.
Yeah. But otherwise, the stuff with Mike is essentially for at least public consumption is basically done and over with. The main courts dismissed everything. Family courts ongoing. And one of the comments that I said was you'll be able to tell what the outcome is based on what Mike does in his content. If there are weapons and firearms and things like that, then you could probably assume that it's probably fully dismissed because he's not, unless he's dumb. he's not going to publish public content with things that he's not supposed to have in his possession. Mm-hmm. And there's no way the court doesn't care if you're like, oh no, it was my friends or it was in the back or my guest had it. They don't care.
Right.
You cannot have it. It's cut and dry, black and white. So if the content changes and that stuff appears in his content again, then you'll know that he had an outcome in his favor. If you don't, it's either still ongoing or it did not fall in his favor. That's about all we have for that. Right?
Yeah. You're the expert, not me.
I'm not an expert.
I don't even know this guy.
I'm not an expert. I'm just saying that's how, you can infer those things. If all of a sudden he has a safe in the background that's opened up with everything that he owns back in it, he's showing it off and flaunting it, either he's an idiot or everything fell in his favor. Those are the only two possible things that you can infer from that. Yeah, a lot of the stuff. The American Dream, so that's ours. That's ours. There's a lot of random stuff in here. I don't know what it is. And without clicking through to it, I can't figure out what it is. So that's a bummer. Content suggesting us probably could have been good if I compiled that before. Playlist featuring you. There's a 2025. Somebody has a playlist called 2025. Somebody named Sock L. 1,565 videos on this playlist. I don't know what this guy's. There's no rhyme or reason to this. There's shorts and full videos. There's professional looking content, and then there's really terrible content Why you should jerk off more in 2025. It can literally change your blank, 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 blank. That's in the thumbnails, a girl holding a dildo. Then there's a video called...
For those of you who are just listening, my mouth literally dropped.
Yeah. There's a video on this playlist by somebody named Miss Shelley. Has 41 views uploaded 2 days ago, and it's just coffee, exclamation point. And there's a space between them.
Okay, so anyways.
So I don't know why we're on this guy's playlist, but thanks, Guy, I guess.
Guy.
I was hoping if I scrolled, I'd be able to find out which video specifically, but I don't see any of our videos yet. There's Jack Callis in there. Old men masturbation. Shocking truth. What? The poor don't respect you. Okay.
This is what this guy is into.
Yeah.
Sock L.
Sweden's chilling alert. Okay. There's way too many videos. I don't think we're ever... I don't know that we're ever going to get to anything.
All right, what's next on the list, Andrew?
What is next on the list, Andrew? Let's see here. Oh, that was 28 days. So let's go 365. Oh my God, there's a lot of... What? There's a lot of people adding us to their playlists. So there's ours, obviously, because we have 3 curated, and we're going to have 4. I'm gonna put all of our guest episodes into one playlist. So you can, if you don't want to listen to us, just talk to each other, you can watch all of our guest segments. Some
people prefer just us being us.
Okay,
and
so
don't actually like
there'll be
guest
it'll be a playlist called guest, and then a playlist called no guest.
Some people prefer podcasts that don't have guests in general.
Okay, so there's a playlist called videos. Let's click on that one. That's ours, actually. The rewatchables. No results found. Okay, thanks. That was helpful. So we were on a playlist called The Rewatchables.
And then somebody deleted us.
Space Time with Stuart Gray podcast. I don't know why we're on that playlist, but we're on that playlist. Thank you for something. The Dan Le Batard with Stugatz. That's a ESPN show.
Okay.
The Ben Shapiro show. Okay. No results found. So apparently people are making these playlists, like adding stuff. I mean, I do it with my watch later list. Like I add stuff to watch later and then I remove it when I'm done because it doesn't do it automatically. So they're probably curating stuff to come back to and then removing it when they're done. Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast. Okay. New Heights with Jason and Travis Kelsey. Dodger Heads. Relic Radio Sci-Fi Old Time Radio. Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. Lex and Terry Uncensored. Lock for Cody Rowland. Like this is all Lex and Terry Uncensored parentheses padlock for Cody Rowland.
Padlock means private, right?
I don't know. It's in because it's in the title. So it's the emoji.
Okay.
The Exorcist Files podcast.
What?
Have kids, they said. So the Exorcist Files podcast, there's 72 episodes in this playlist. I don't know why we would be in it. I'm trying to scroll and see.
I promise my head doesn't spin around.
Sure.
I've actually never seen The Exorcist, but that is what happens, right?
Yes. I think so.
I think so.
All those movies from like the 90s blur together. Like you had like the slashers. And then
that was a 90s movie?
I think they started even further back than that.
Yeah. Pretty sure it came out before we were born.
I don't know. Have kids, they said. 60 Minutes. The Kevin Sheehan Show.
Do have kids.
The Bobby Bones Show. The Breakdown with Nate Pike. Something in Another Language. 2025. Watch Later 2.
Okay.
They
made their second list, but not their first list.
On the Continent, a European football podcast. Credlin and the Holy Post. Those are all the playlists featuring us in the last 365 days.
Okay.
So thank you or not, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Thank you, question mark?
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's do some breakdowns, some demographics, and I'll pull up.
I think like 95% of our viewership is here in the States.
So for age, 25 to 34 is 27 or 28%, it's 27.9. 35 to 44 is 23.9, that's second place. 45 to 54, then 55 to 64, then 65 plus, and then it goes back to 18 to 24, and then 13 to 17. If you're 13 to 17, you shouldn't be watching
Yeah,
this.
you shouldn't be on here.
Let's see here, gender. Last 365. 86% male, 13.9% female, 0.1% unspecified. Geography. Last 365. United States, 86.1. Canada, UK, Australia, Germany, India, Sweden, Philippines, South Africa, Netherlands. In that order. So only 4 non-English speaking. Non-English speaking is the first language countries, right? Germany, India, Sweden, Philippines, Netherlands, I guess, would be 5.
Still, I was like 9% off. I definitely thought it was more here in the UK or US.
Subtitles. Most people don't watch the subtitles, but a lot of people do. 10.5% of people watch with subtitles. Watch time from subscribers. 91.7% of you are not subscribed.
So get subscribed.
Video formats. Basically dead even between videos and shorts. Yeah. We'll see how things go.
What is your prediction, Andrew, for 2025 in this podcast?
I think we can reach 10,000 subscribers before the summer.
What do you call summer?
Like
Memorial.
like June 1st.
Okay.
That's probably one of the biggest ones that I can think of. Specifically YouTube. Once again, YouTube. I'm trying to pull up Google Analytics, then we'll close this one out. Maybe. Where the hell? So, okay. Sometimes Google calls their app Google blah, blah, blah. And sometimes it's just app name. So I end up scrolling all the way to the G looking for Google Analytics, and it's just called Analytics. All right. Which website am I on? I'm on nonaphelps.com. Go visit nonaphelps.com and get yourself some insurance.
North Carolina and South Carolina only, though.
Florida, too, if you're feeling ballsy. All right. Let's see here. Let's set this to custom range. Start date. 2024. What are you doing? 2024. There you go. January 1st, 2024. Just to make it all the way until today. Okay. Save. Just under 9,000 people active on our website. They combined for 54.3 thousand events on the website. So clicking, scrolling, watching, reading, whatever. 28.2 thousand key events. That trend spiked in August through October. Active countries, United States, Canada, Australia, UK. Sessions, where people came from, so where the traffic originated from. Email, direct, organic, social, and referral. Pages viewed, a bunch of random stuff. New users, all of them, because that's the entire time the website's been up. All right. But I wanted to see specifically... See here, this isn't as kind of, yeah. Your insights are on the way. On desktop, I have stuff already set up so I can see search terms. I guess it doesn't translate onto here directly. User, demographics, technology, business objectives, report snapshot. Maybe that'll give me what I want. Nope. Oh, so I wanted to see search terms specifically. There's no Search Console app. I can probably just pull it up, but I wanted to see what people were searching for again. Anyways. That was a fun little recap, right?
What was the highlight of 2024 for you?
On
our podcast.
Let's see here. I think the Emery King episode was great. It was just, I messed up the audio on that. I think that'd be a lot better. I mean, he wants to come back on again. And I think he's done with the traveling stuff. He's been, if you guys didn't know, he's been helping out with hurricane recovery all across North Carolina and Florida. He's been volunteering time with 2 different agencies. So good on him for that. I know a lot of people don't like him. They don't like his comedic taste and the goofy things that he does, but like he actually genuinely does a lot of good. Take that how you will, I guess. I think he's funny. I think his content's pretty funny. And my biggest trending tweet in the last year came from a post of his 2 days ago. A response that I made to a DoorDash delivery driver trying to force his way into somebody's house, telling them he had diarrhea, scaring their kids, the woman telling him to get out, and him saying that he can't stop. And then you could tell that he had the walk of shame when he left their porch. So he shat himself and then waddled back to his car. Okay. Don't ask people to go into their house. That's no. And it didn't sound like she was calling for her husband or boyfriend or anything. So you were putting her in a bad situation to begin with, where either he wasn't home or there is no he. And she doesn't want the risk of you being in her house. It doesn't matter if you need to shit or not. People are so mad about the comment. Like, oh, you should be kinder to people. No, it's not about being kind or not. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with my safety and security and the safety and security of my family. You're just not coming in my house. I don't care who you are or why. You're not coming in. There's no world in which you're coming in. And then on top of that, because you were already like all doing this and carrying my food, I'm not eating that food either. Nobody's eating that food in this house. It's going in the trash, and I'm reaching out to DoorDash with this video camera footage of you essentially forcing entry. The delivery driver is probably lucky that she didn't press charges, because he definitely would have gone to jail. You can't do that. You cannot force your way into somebody's house for any reason. But yeah, it'd be nice to have. We do have a lot of the guests do want to come back on. We have some new guests that we're talking about and working things out with, some local and some remote guests. Casey wants to come on this month sometime. She's got a lot of stuff. I think we could probably do like several episodes with her, to be honest with you. She's got so many wild stories. So we could talk about her book. We could talk about her time on the news. We could talk about all the stuff that she's done in between. And then, of course, the case that we talked about a couple months ago. Yeah. What about you? What was your favorite thing from 2024?
Getting your nose hairs ripped out.
Blah, blah, blah.
Can you do that make a monthly appointment for that?
He said every 3.
Well, yours grow back really fast, because it was November that they came over and I was plucking them out of your nose single-handedly on Christmas Day. And they literally look like spiders, the way that they grow out of his nose. They look like spider legs. Okay.
All right. That wraps it up. Thank you. Oh, man. Excuse me.
You're welcome.
No, I'm saying thank you everybody who's, subscribed and supported the show. We do plan to have a lot of great things to come over the next couple months.
Let's race to 10,000.
Yeah. I think we can hit 5 by our 1 year. I think that's a good goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that goal.
Share us around. Leave a comment. Get your family members and your cousins and sisters and grandma to come subscribe.
Yeah. Grandma's really doing a lot of searches for that belly button play.
Yeah. All right, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.
Goodbye. Bye.